This is the ignition lock cylinder on a 1999 BMW E39 5 Series. I believe this part was also used on other BMWs, including E36 3 Series, E38 7 Series, and maybe even the Z3, and perhaps a few other models, but this cylinder is pretty common to a lot of BMW cars. In this video, I'd like to demonstrate how to remove this lock cylinder from your car in the event that you need to service the cylinder or replace the steering wheel lock mechanism that goes around the steering column. The lock cylinder will probably, most likely, come with this security ring attached to it. This is part of the security system, and it is not necessary to remove this ring prior to removing the lock cylinder. In fact, it's difficult to impossible to remove this ring first, and it won't impede. Leaving this ring in place should not impede the removal of the cylinder. I'm demonstrating this process only because it's a little bit more clear without this ring in place. Before you remove the cylinder, of course, you'll need to unplug the electrical connector from the top of this security ring. So to begin the process of removing the cylinder, insert the key and turn it to the accessory position. You might hear a click. When in the accessory position, take a paper clip. I would recommend a large paper clip, not the normal or small size paper clips. Those tend to be a little bit too wimpy for this job. Take a large paper clip and open it up like so you can use this pin. The idea is to align this notch, this opening, with this retainer arm which is in the back of the cylinder. And with the key in the accessory position, insert the pin of your paper clip into the cylinder. It should fully insert about an inch of travel into the cylinder. If it does not insert easily into the cylinder, it means that you have not yet aligned the lock cylinder with this retaining arm. And in that case, just slightly tweak the adjustment of your key until you're able to insert the pin easily through the lock cylinder. Now, once you have inserted the pin, continue to press the pin in order to retract this retaining arm in the back of the lock cylinder. Watch what happens to this arm when I press on this pin. Notice it has now retracted out of the way. Let me repeat that. I'm going to extract the pin. The arm is now extended. If I insert the pin all the way with just thumb pressure, it retracts this arm. With this arm retracted, you can now begin to work the lock cylinder free from the steering column. This is what is retaining the lock cylinder in the steering column, and of course this is not going to be visible when you're working from the inside of the car. This is only to show you what's happening behind the scenes as you work with this pin and insert the pin into the lock cylinder. Now, even though this retaining arm is retracted, this lock cylinder is not going to be very easy to remove. It's going to put up a fight. It's hard to remove one of these suckers without a lot of pushing and pulling and cursing, and it'll take you several minutes, maybe several different attempts to get it to come free. You can either try moving or pulling on the key, or grabbing the black security ring around the ignition switch itself to just work it out. And it will eventually come free in a glorious moment of triumph, but it will take considerable time to extract it. I should also mention that these keys are no longer available from BMW dealerships, and therefore you'll either need to service the key yourself, or otherwise you'll literally be locked out of your car. So in summary, that should help you to extract one of these ignition lock cylinders from your car, and it should be a little simpler than some of the videos I've found online, which were a little less than clear, but it's still going to be it'll be a bit of a struggle, but it should come free.